Week 1's best running team takes on the surprise defense from opening night. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz alongside NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you, breaking down every single game, every single week. It is Indianapolis traveling to Tennessee, and Pat, Titans 1-0 thanks to 282 yards on the ground. But that's not an aberration. Last year against Indianapolis, they had 433 yards on the ground against the Colts in the two games. Do they try to establish that again?
Absolutely. They know the Formula X. That's their strength right now, running the football. They're not putting the game in the hands of Vince. Vince is a terrific young athlete. The more they run the ball, the less Vince has to go find the second and third receivers in pure pass situations. So, yes, they will run the ball again. But you're up against a Colt team now, and keep these two numbers in mind, 7-1. 7-1, that's what the Colts are in their last 8 games against the Tennessee Titans. So, yes, they won a game last year, but I think the Colts have a lot of firepower and a lot of ways to take it over.
Well, let's talk about the defense there. So, as you're the Colts defense, you know that they're going to try to run it at you and then all of a sudden you have to make Vince Young beat you. So, how do the Colts do that?
Well, the Colts have what we call a speed defense. I talked to Jeff Fisher this morning, and he was really clear with me that there's a significant difference between the Jacksonville big power front defense and this undersized, run-around fast defense. So he's got to play a power running game. He's got to stick with it. And the intent is to keep Peyton off the field, and then don't go after Peyton when you're on defense. Teams that try to go after Peyton, as his father once said to me, he's like a hunting dog. He's always sniffing out a blitz, and he'll hurt you. And so you can play well, and then give up a big play. That's what we saw happen to the Saints. They're not going to let that big play happen. They're going to play a lot softer coverages.
They did a good job keeping Jacksonville's offense off the field. They had the ball for 37 minutes against the Jaguars. Not sure if you can really do that against Peyton Manning. And one of the reasons is because he's got Joseph Addai, who's been fantastic.
Well, I like Joseph Addai. Now, Joseph Addai, if you take Joseph Addai's production last year and add it to Dominique Rhodes, what you have are 415 carries, give or take a few, and about 1,700 yards of rushing. Those are the kind of numbers that Larry Johnson put up. So don't feel for a minute here that the Colts aren't a running team when they want to be. Now Joseph gets all those carries. He's very explosive in the open field. Your only risk here is injury. We saw in the first play, they almost lost him, and a lot of people were nervous about it. But they did not go out and sign another running back. They say they're satisfied with their backups.
All right, well, let's see if they're satisfied. One of the things that they don't have is a computer to determine who could be their backup. We have a computer to determine who's going to win the game. It's a new part of the preview. It's called the AccuScore Prediction. It's a computerized element that takes into account everything from the weather to the players on the field, which in this case, Joseph Addai, because he is healthy. It throws 10,000 times into the computer, spits out 10,000 results, and AccuScore came up with Indianapolis winning 73% of the time of those 10,000 tests. Pat, do you agree?
I agree, and I'm going to take the Colts 16 times this year. That's no revelation. I don't need a computer to pick them every week. But I will tell you this, the Colts were not a very good road team last year. They're the world champions who went 4-4 on the road, and they lost to every division opponent on the road last year. I hope they took that into account, but I'll go with them on this one. I'll take the Colts.
All right, so you and the 73% go together. As you said it, Vince Young and the Titans, they did beat the Colts at home last year. It was Vince Young's, maybe his biggest win of the season, aside from the Giants game that he had in that comeback. All right, folks, Indy tries to get back on track. It's 1 p.m. Eastern. It is on CBS. And for more on this game or the rest of Week 2, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. For NFL.com's Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.